News came out today that Joel Embiid is shutting it down for the season. And once again, he is missing more games than he's played.
Right.
That's one. Put a pin in that. The second thing that came out a few days ago was y'all man Paul George or George Paul or however you want to call him. Hi, guys. I'm going to put my podcast on the back burner and focus on basketball. When did you figure that out, George Paul? Paul George? When did you figure out that you needed to take basketball serious? So before I go into mirage of questions and bullet points I have for the Philadelphia 76ers, for Joel Embiid, for Paul George, and players of this era that are failing the league, what are your thoughts overall on the Sixers' failure and Paul George and the news about Joel Embiid?
First of all, the Sixers messed up. Daryl Morey, who's the general manager, he dropped the ball on this. Because first of all, Joel Embiid, let me start there. I don't understand why they gave him. We were talking about this earlier. Like, I'm not shocked, because they came into the season starting saying, "Yo, he's gonna miss at least 50 games."
That's the majority of the season.
That's what you said to your fan base, really? And mind you, he played the Olympics and he limped his behind into the Olympics playing on one leg.
And got a gold medal.
And then circled around and was like, yo, I'm only going to play 50 games. I'm not going to play 50 games this year. Right? And then on top of that, he didn't look right when he started. It just was a mess from the get-go. And mind you, on top of all this, you turned around and gave the man a 3-year, $190 million guaranteed extension. My God, knowing his history, after what he pulled the Olympics, I didn't give him nothing. I'd be like, no, you're going to have to figure that out. Like, because I can't do this. You limping on one leg into the Olympics. Hear what I'm saying? It didn't happen during the Olympics. You limped into the Olympics to play.
He was already injured.
Right. And limped your ass up in there to play. And then I'm going to give you an extension. I told you, go ahead.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it. And see, but part of that's the problem. Then you turn around and you want me to go into the Paul George thing?
Yeah.
I did.
Go ahead.
And Paul George, who's the other one,
I got to put my podcast on the back burner.
See, and that's what everybody's seeing. But what everybody else is not seeing is the poor play he was given. And
I see it.
Stephen A. Smith was trying to. I don't want to use the words condone it, but trying to make us understand that he's really not happy and he did it for the money. But this you can't put a price on.
Can I
happiness.
say this real quick?
Yeah.
I know Paul George has his fanfare. He has his fan base, and people love Paul George. Let me say this. Paul George is on the backside of his prime. He ain't in his 20s. He's not even in his early 30s. He's 34 years old. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
For somebody to have a podcast, not named Draymond Green, who won multiple championships, because we understood Draymond Green because he's a winner.
Right.
What has Paul George won to warrant him to be podcasting during the season?
He hasn't been relevant since he was in Indiana, and he was playing with I forgot who he's playing with, but they ain't been relevant since that. And they were looking to take down LeBron.
So somebody would say, "Well, cut it out. He's an all-star." Yes, okay, he's an all-star, and I'm not saying the NBA gives out all-star awards. He's an all-star. He's a one-time first teamer. Jason Tatum is on four-time first team All-American. I'm sorry, 4-time All-NBA first team, and he's 26 years old. Paul George is 34.
Jesus.
5-time All-NBA third team. He's really a third-team player. When you're a third-team player, you're like on the backside of a top 20 list.
Right.
I don't know nobody who has Paul George as a top 20 player. But you're podcasting. We're going somewhere with this, talking about the Joel Embiids, talking about the Paul Georges, because we talked about this last podcast of y'all slowly putting the owners in a position where they're going to start taking guaranteed money out of NBA contracts.
Yep.
I know the next collective bargaining agreement isn't until 2028, but that's right around the corner. That's only 3 years away.
Yeah.
The owners now have data.
Yeah.
The NBA governors, the governors. The NBA governors now have data to back up what they're going to negotiate with.
Right.
You guys want to raise during the next contract? Well, this player missed 50 games. this player is getting tattoos. This player is telling the owner, the league manager, that he doesn't want to be the face of the NBA. I know you heard about that.
Yeah,
with
Anthony
Edwards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This player got baby mama drama that's all over here. This player ain't win nothing. The viewership is down. This is what y'all don't want. You don't think those owners have a data sheet?
Yeah.
Those owners have a detailed data sheet of what they're putting out as far as guaranteed contracts and the money your favorite players are getting. Mm-hmm. The Joel Embiids, the Paul Georges, the Kawhi Leonards, and they're going to say, I think we need to start having clauses within this. Meaning if you miss 30% of the season, we get to take 30% of your money.
Doesn't sound bad to me.
If you miss more than 2 years on an injury, we have the rights to renegotiate your contract and void it. Mm-hmm. I know this sounds crazy, but that next collective bargaining agreement is going to be crazy for the players, and y'all got nobody to blame but yourself.
Facts.
What do you got to say?
I think it's just getting it. It's the players are starting to sound crazy. Like y'all. I don't think
spoiled brats.
Yeah, I don't think they. And did you see the thing today about where they went after the TNT show? What is it? NBA Showtime?
About what?
Just players being criticized, and they just seem like they're hating. Or I forgot what.
Constructive criticism has always been used as hating. Could somebody tell me something? Mm-hmm. What has the Philadelphia 76ers done during Joel Embiid's tenure? The process, right? He got drafted out of college. What happened? He had to sit that season because of an injury. Mm-hmm. And then I think he had to damn near sit the majority of the second year because of injury. Because they were trying to do something funny with getting those first-round picks.
Right.
What has the process in the 76ers looked like in 10 years?
Yeah, good. Not good. The only time they had that chance is when Kawhi was in Toronto and he made that shot that bounced off the rim and went in. Mm-hmm. That's it. They don't got nothing else. They don't got nothing else. They haven't been relevant since that. And the crazy part about it is, like, you look like y'all look crazy out here. Y'all don't understand it. Like, at some point, y'all got to step up. And I don't feel bad for it. It's not that I feel bad. I feel bad for those kids coming behind them. Mm-hmm. That it's all going to fall down on. Like Kevin Durant's crybaby and ass. Like, every time I turn around, these players, see, the only reason Kyrie's not saying anything right now, because they say, well, look at Kyrie's in Dallas. He hasn't seen it because he ain't got nowhere else to go.
Sure enough,
ain't nobody going to babysit you. You and all that mess that was going on in Brooklyn. Kevin Durant, everywhere he goes, this guy cries.
Well, it's not just that. Uh-huh. It's, okay, we wanted to see if you can win one without Steph. Mm-hmm. You were in Brooklyn with 3 years. You didn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. You're now over here again with the 70s, with the Suns. Mm-hmm. And what's this, year number 2?
Yeah.
So how many years is he removed from playing with Golden State?
I want to say 5.
He's 5 years removed from Golden State, and now he's in his mid to late 30s. What has he done without Golden State? He's a great player. He's an all-time great. Mm-hmm. But as far as a winning player, no. If he would win something, then it would be different. Then you can complain and cry. That's the same thing I'm saying with Paul George. Had he would have won something, and I'm not talking about a ring, just a conference championship. Mm-hmm. Had Paul George would have won a conference championship, then maybe we could see him podcasting.
Right.
Fam, the 76ers are now 12th in standing. They're 20-38.
Jesus.
They're 20-38. They're at a 34% winning record. They're at the 12th spot, and now Joel Embiid just shut it down. That's going to give life to, like, the Hornets, who are at the bottom of the barrel of the Eastern Conference. The Hornets might see life the last 20 games of the season and get into a play-in spot. That's how bad y'all are as a team, as a collective. And y'all rolling the dice on a 30-year-old, mind you, he's still semi-young, but who has never been healthy his whole tenure. Mm-hmm. And y'all wonder why Luka got traded? These owners are pulling the plug a lot earlier.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what do you think? What do you think is going to happen with him? Do you think he's going to get traded in the offseason?
With Joel?
Yeah.
They're going to try to savor it.
Tied up.
No. They're going to try to savor it for one more year. And then after that, they're gonna get rid of him. To me, I would just blow the team up.
My
But
thing
they
is,
gave him that 3-year, $190 million.
my thing is
guarantee.
because you see how injured he is now. One more year is just going to mean he's a year older. So now teams is going to say, "Well, we ain't giving you no first round picks." What are you going to get from Joel Embiid next year?
What they do is they might sit him down and they might tank.
Now that's what they're doing. They're going to tank.
Yeah.
And do what?
Yeah.
Do what?
Mm-hmm.
Say he's going to play 40 games next year?
Right.
With a top draft pick?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are making Tyrese Maxey job a lot harder than what it has to be.
I would build around Maxey. I would build around Maxey at this point. Just leave him alone. Look, I mean, they're shut down for the whole season, right? They shut him down.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably not going to be well. So if they're at the bottom, they're going to have a chance to get a top draft pick. Let's see. They just blow up the team, man. You can still trade Paul George and get something. You can still trade Paul George. So if Paul George, because you know Paul George is not going to take you to the promised land. So you can basically rebuild around
what promised land, boy.
Yeah. I don't know why he keeps getting these deals. These players, and they're going to say,
NBA Twitter, NBA Internet, help me out.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all tell me the best attributes as Paul George as a winner. How is he getting these deals? What has a Paul George-led team led to?
Nothing.
Did he win anything in OKC with Russ?
Nope.
Did he win anything in Indiana?
Nope.
Did he win anything with Kawhi Leonard over there in the Clippers?
Nope.
What is he doing right now with the Sixers?
But losing? Don't know. But these players are going to start understanding, like, it's just getting tiring. As far as Philly, though, to keep elaborating on Philly, I think that they're going to have to just make a choice. Once Joel went down, if I'm the GM or in the ownership, if I'm the owner, I'm telling the GM, yo, look, let's figure out a way to build around Bridges because we clearly this ain't going. We already know where this is going. Let's just wait it out one more year and let's start looking towards building without him playing. That's basically what it boils down to. Because this guy's not going to play. He's done. He's done. I mean, hear what I'm saying, and I know you can bounce back, but he went into the season saying he was already going to miss 50 games. That's before the ball even was tipped off. And now he's shut down for the rest of the season. So it can't be getting no better as he's starting to go he's starting to get older. As you get older, you don't heal as fast.
Nope.
So
especially after 30. With a knee issue?
Yeah. So now this is going to become more than what we expected. And I mean, that's what it's going to be. You gave him 3 years, $190 million. And Daryl Morey's going to go. He's going to have to go. I can tell you right now, you're going to lose your job for that. That's a no-no. You don't give no guy with that stage. And I can see if he had a track record of like Shaq where he's winning you titles.
Boston been kicking their ass ever since.
3 years, $190 million guaranteed. Yeah. They gonna send him all right.
Like we said in the last podcast, what are our views, again, that we're going to reiterate on these current day superstars that are showing their ass in the league?
What's the end game, you said?
Yeah, what's the end game? Because what I'm seeing doesn't look good.
Well, what's going to happen is that, like I said, a lot of these players are on their way out the door. It's the guys that's coming behind them that's going to get screwed. And they're not, like you said, it might be to a point where they're not getting any guaranteed money. Then what you going to do? You get what I'm saying? What are you going to do then? So it just goes to show, like, they're being selfish, they're being inconsiderate, and they're making the product look bad. They don't want to play, man. They just don't look like they be wanting to play.
They don't want to play. They don't want to be the face of the league. They don't want to participate in a dunk contest. Y'all letting a G Leaguer beat y'all in a dunk contest and motivate y'all talking about, oh, well, I think next year I might participate. You should have been participating in a dunk contest. Fact. Y'all should have been taking the All-Star game a little more serious.
Yeah.
Because it's all one product. It all has to do with viewership. What helps y'all pocket?
They don't see that, though.
Nope. Like I said in the last podcast, there's a couple Rough Riders coming out of this draft. This next draft, they're coming to snatch chains. Not just this upcoming draft, but the other one, too. So this one, y'all know we got Cooper Flagg. We got Dylan Harper from Rutgers. We got Ace Bailey and some other players. The next draft, the following year, that's when AJ Debinesta comes out.
From BYU, right?
From BYU. I already told you, AJ Debonesta is NBA ready now. He just has to make a pit stop at BYU to get that NIL money. But the players from this upcoming draft, the Cooper Flaggs, the Dylan Harpers, the Ace Baileys, and the players from the next draft are coming to snatch chains. They about to debo y'all for y'all chains.
Yep.
Oh, you don't want to be the face of the league?
Yeah.
Let me take that from you.
Just like that.
Oh, you don't want to enter the dunk contest? Let me take that from you. You don't want to play hard and get these accolades so we can earn this money, make this product look good? Let me take that up off your neck. Because I know for a fact Ace Bailey and AJ Debonesta. AJ specifically. You can tell when you look at an athlete, he's already built like a grown man.
Right.
At 6'9", with a long wingspan. There's not a lot of players his size that's built like that at that age. So when he comes into the league at 19 or 20 years old, he's going to be housing people.
Right. He's
going to be taking your lunch money. So y'all got 1 or maybe 2 seasons at best to continue to play around. Y'all got 1 or 2 seasons at best to not enter the All-Star game and take it serious or the dunk contest. Or let me say this, not the fat shame, to lose weight and get in shape. Player making $200-something million need to be told to actually get your body fat down so you won't be injured. Because that's playing a part of his hamstring injuries and so forth. It's the weight that he's carrying. Yes, when he's healthy, he's a triple-double.
Yeah.
But he ain't been that healthy.
He ain't never healthy. You're talking about Zion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never healthy.
He was in the media again for getting a damn anime tattoo on his stomach. That's what he was in the media. This is the NBA product. You're in the media because you got a Naturo. I guess that's the anime show, Naturo. My fault. Don't kill me, anime crowd.
Right.
But getting that tattoo symbol around his belly button. And then, he had 1 or 2 good games. That's what we're getting.
Jesus.
That's the hype around the NBA. What let me ask you, who's the rivalry right now? That was a trick question. There's not been a good rivalry.
Yeah, I haven't seen one lately. I haven't seen one at all.
Outside the Celtics, yes, there are other teams. We just got our butts kicked by Detroit. Now, there are some good stories. Shout out to Detroit. People are not paying attention. Detroit is slowly coming up.
Oh, yeah.
You know who's another team in the West Coast? Shout out to Ime Udoka. I know they try to kick him out the league. He's coaching the hell out that team.
Yeah. He is.
Those are the stories in the NBA. What about your Knicks? You thought I was letting them off the hook. Oh, you over there quiet.
Yo, no. The Knicks.
Hey, yo, gang. He over there wearing a Knicks hoodie.
That's right. Knicks to death.
Shout out to New York, though, boy. What are your thoughts for the New York Knicks?
I think, they won the other night, but they need to pick it up defensively. I think
we shredded them.
I think somewhere along the line, Thibodeau was on some, we're going to do, we're going to work it out. We're going to figure this out. We're going to be a little bit more offensively. But I think they just went completely offensively and went off the grid defensively. And I think now it's catching up to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they said they hoping for Mitchell Robertson to come back in the lineup. If I'm correct, is OG Anunoby playing or is he injured?
I don't know. I didn't.
Gotcha. Because I'm not in tune with the roster like that. Yeah. But defensively, you ain't lying.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. So the other night it seemed like they held the team under. They won 110-105. So if they can keep it like that, then yeah. But if they're starting to try to outscore everybody, then it's going to be a problem. It's going to catch up in the end.
Good luck, man. I just, as a fan of basketball, like, it's not like we're the two old heads ranting and raving and sounding crazy because we're just old and stuck on what happened in the 90s. No, we love this product.
Right.
Not this. Let me rephrase that. We love the way NBA could be at its highest form. You remember that early 2000 era where you had Tracy McGrady, where you had Allen Iverson, where you had Kobe Bryant, where you had Tim Duncan. That was a golden era of basketball.
Yeah.
We saw Allen Iverson 6 foot behind, 150 pounds flying around, getting banged up, getting up and play all season.
Correct.
We saw Ray Allen. We saw my man Paul Pierce. He came from getting stabbed and played all 80 games. Players were putting their bodies on the line, and they weren't making a third of the money. Some of those players are barely making $80 million in salary compared to these new players who are making $100 million in 2 years.
Yeah, just crazy.
I'll say that in context. Some of our favorite players from that 2000 era, they may have saw $100 million, and I know that's a lot of money. But look at what the players of today are making. And they're saying they don't want to play. What? Before we end this off, what do you think are some things that should be done for these type of players?
The ones that don't want to play, let them go. Let them out. Trust me, it'll always be worth it in the end. Do you really want that cancer in your locker room? Because the young players are going to see that and they think they can move like that. And they really have no ability and control. So, it just boggles my brain. I can get when some of the players are emotional and they, you know what I mean, and all that. But this ain't got nothing to do with that. This is just them doing what they want to do and showing their ass. And you should be grateful I'm playing tonight and all that.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry, it'll all come crashing down. But like I said, it's the young boys that's going to feel the pain of it.
They're gonna. That's why I said those young boys are coming to snatch chains.
Yeah,
they're gonna be looking at y'all like food.
Yep.
When Cooper Flag sees some of y'all, he's gonna be like, "Oh, y'all food." Yeah. When Ace Bailey see y'all, he gonna be like, "That's food." When AJ Debonesta see you, your chain is getting snatched because half of y'all are gonna be food to 6'10" AJ Debonesta.
Right.
That boy is a monster, man. That's my only hope. So when the younger players have to fix it, they're going to fix it with an attitude problem, and it's going to come with their foot in your ass. Yeah, man. But process over. Blow it up. Paul George, please don't ever pick up a podcast again.
Yeah.
Don't, please.
It just gets to ridiculous. And I know they're trying to further their careers after the sports, but
you can do that in off season.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, that's not a good.
Give me a conference championship. Can you give me a conference championship, Paul George?
Yeah.
Got anything else you want to add?
No. I just let me say this one more thing. I think it's just sad that these players, and trust me, none of them will be around. They'll be somewhere else collecting their money. I think it's just sad and selfish of the way that they're leaving the game. Jordan didn't leave the game like that. Barkley didn't leave the game like that. Iverson, all the guys.
Kobe, Tim Duncan.
None of them leave the game like that. The way these guys are moving now, I'm just overly shocked.